Have you ever felt like you've experienced something so significant, so transformative, that it resists clarification? In the event that you are a chosen one, you know precisely what I'm talking about. In this video, we're aiming to jump profound into an otherworldly involvement that, as it were, a select few really get it. By investigating this uncommon marvel, you'll pick up important bits of knowledge into your possessed travel, learn how to explore the challenges that come with being a chosen one, and find the life-changing effect this encounter can have. On the off chance that you've ever felt alone in your otherworldly arousing, this video will appear that you're portion of a special and uncommon community. Get prepared to open the insider facts of this significant involvement and take your otherworldly development to another level. The nature of the uncommon otherworldly involvement. As chosen ones, we are no outsiders to the exceptional. Our ways are checked by encounters that resist routine understanding, and the otherworldly encounter we're investigating nowadays is no special case. This marvel is so one of a kind, so significant, that it can be challenging to put into words. It's an involvement that goes past the domain of the physical, rising above the boundaries of what we see as reality. One of the characterizing characteristics of this otherworldly involvement is its strongly transformative nature. It's not a fleeting minute of understanding or an unpretentious move in viewpoint. No, this involvement is a total change, a total rebuilding of your otherworldly system. It's as in case the exceptionally establishment of your being is shaken, and you rise from it a completely unused individual with a more profound understanding of yourself, your reason, and your put within the fantastic plot of the universe. What sets this encounter separated is its profoundly individual nature. Whereas chosen ones may share comparable characteristics and confront comparable challenges, the way this otherworldly arousing shows is special to each individual. It's a travel that's formed by your claim history, your own struggles, and your possessed yearnings. This is often why it can be so troublesome to communicate the genuine substance of this involvement to others, indeed to those closest to us. Chosen ones who have experienced this change regularly discover themselves confronting an unused set of challenges. The significant shifts in viewpoint and increased otherworldly mindfulness can be both invigorating and segregating. We may discover ourselves hooking with questions that those around us can't completely comprehend, or battling to coordinate our modern understanding into our day-by-day lives. It's a journey that requires gigantic mettle, tolerance, and belief within the process. However, for all its challenges, this otherworldly encounter is eventually a blessing. It's a confirmation to our development, our strength, and our faithful commitment to our otherworldly way. It's the update that we are capable of significant change, which our travel as chosen ones is one of ceaseless advancement and development. As we investigate the complexities of this uncommon otherworldly involvement, it's vital to remember that each chosen one's travel could be a special and sacrosanct one. By sharing our stories and experiences, we create an embroidered artwork of understanding, a guide of light for those who may be exploring this way alone. Within the Taking After segments, we'll dive more profound into the catalysts for this involvement, the stages of the travel, and the transformative effect it has on our lives. So, chosen ones, take a profound breath, open your hearts, and let's set out on this investigation together. The trigger catalysts for the otherworldly involvement. Having investigated the nature of this uncommon otherworldly encounter, you can be pondering what sets it in motion. What are the catalysts that trigger this significant change? The answer, just like the involvement itself, is complex and multifaceted. For a few chosen ones, the catalyst could be a significant life occasion, a minute of such significant effect that it shakes the very core of their being. It can be a misfortune, a disloyalty, or a sudden alter in circumstances that powers them to stand up to their deepest fears and address everything they thought they knew. These minutes of crisis, painful as they may be, can serve as effective catalysts for otherworldly development. They strip away the figments and distractions, clearing out us raw and open to unused conceivable outcomes. Other times, the trigger is more inconspicuous, an arrangement of apparently minor occasions that slowly construct up to a tipping point. It may be a chance experience with a stranger who talks a truth that resounds profound inside, or a synchronistic involvement that resists coherent clarification. These minutes could appear inconsequential to begin with, but they plant a seed of mindfulness, a minor start that develops into a fire of change over time. For numerous chosen ones, the catalyst is an internal call, a tireless bump from their instinct that cannot be ignored. It's a feeling of anxiety, a sense that there is something more to be found, a higher purpose to be satisfied. This internal direction can be both exhilarating and alarming, because it frequently leads us down ways we never anticipated to tread. However, as chosen ones, we know that this call is a sacrosanct one, a summons from our higher selves to set out on a travel of otherworldly arousing. Recognizing these catalysts requires an increased level of spiritual sensitivity and self-awareness. It implies paying consideration to the signs and synchronicities that surround us, trusting our instinct indeed when it leads us into unfamiliar region. It means being willing to embrace the distress and uncertainty that often precede awesome change. As chosen ones, we are called to be mindful to these catalysts, to recognize them as openings for development and expansion. It's not continuously simple, and it frequently requires us to go up against our most profound fears and insecurities. But when we find the strength to reply the call, to require that to begin with step into the obscure, we open ourselves up to a world of conceivable outcomes. Within the next area, we'll explore what happens when we embark on this travel, the stages of change that we undergo as we explore this rare spiritual experience. We'll talk about the challenges and the triumphs, the moments of question, and the flashes of significant understanding. Through it all, remember that you simply are not alone. Your way may be one of a kind, but it is one that has been walked by chosen ones all through history, each clearing out their impressions within the sands of spiritual awakening. The travel exploring the otherworldly encounter, as we've seen, the catalysts for this uncommon otherworldly involvement are as differing as the chosen ones who experience them. But what happens once we've replied the call? What does the travel of exploring this significant change see like? Whereas each chosen one's way is one of a kind, there are certain stages that numerous of us go through as we explore this otherworldly arousing. The primary stage is regularly one of disarray and confusion. As the ancient structures of our reality start to disintegrate, we may feel misplaced, uncertain of who we are and what we accept. This can be a frightening time as we are constrained to confront the shadows inside ourselves and the world around us. It's important to remember that this perplexity is a characteristic portion of the process, a sign that we are shedding the ancient to form way for the modern. As we move through this initial stage, we start to encounter impressions of a modern understanding. It's as in case a veil is lifted, and we begin to see the world through a different focal point. This can be the arrange of slow acknowledgement, where we begin to grasp the changes that are happening inside us. We may start to encounter synchronicities and minutes of significant knowledge, as on the off chance that the universe is conspiring to guide us towards our highest truth. The key to exploring this organize is trust and yield. It implies letting go of our resistance, our got to control and get at everything. It implies having confidence within the process, indeed when it feels awkward or questionable. This can be challenging for numerous chosen ones, as we are frequently utilized to depending on our judgment skills and rationale to make sense of the world. But the otherworldly travel requires a diverse kind of knowing, one that comes from the heart and the soul. As we surrender to the process, we begin to coordinate the lessons and experiences of our otherworldly experience into our day-by-day lives. This is the organize of embodiment, where we begin to live our truth in a more true and adjusted way. We may find ourselves making changes in our connections, our careers, and our lifestyles as we seek to make a life that reflects our recently discovered understanding. This stage can be both elating and challenging as we explore the items of common sense of coordination, our otherworldly arousing into the genuine world. It requires persistence, tirelessness, and a readiness to keep appearing up, indeed when the way is hazy. It implies being delicate with ourselves and others, recognizing that transformation is a prepare, not a goal. Throughout this journey, it's basic to cultivate practices that bolster our otherworldly development. This might incorporate meditation, journaling, investing time in nature, or connecting with like-minded communities. These practices offer assistance to stay us, giving a sense of establishing and soundness in the midst of the constant flux of change. Exploring the uncommon otherworldly encounter of the chosen ones is a travel of boldness, confidence, and surrender. It's a way that asks us to step into the obscure, to trust in the intelligence of our souls, and to grasp the fullness of who we are. In the next segment, we'll explore the significant changes that await us on the other side of this travel. The gifts and challenges of life after otherworldly arousing. The change life after the otherworldly experience. As we explore the stages of our uncommon otherworldly experience, we begin to get it that this travel isn't fair, a brief reroute, but a significant and lasting transformation. The individual we were before the arousing isn't the same as the one who emerges on the other side. This can be the essence of the transformation, the catalytic prepare that turns the lead of our old selves into the gold of our most elevated potential. One of the foremost critical changes that chosen ones encounter after this change is a shift in point of view. The lens through which we see the world is until the end of time changed, and we start to see the interconnecting of all things. We create a more profound understanding of our put within the universe and our role within the more prominent tapestry of life. This shift can be both lowering and empowering as we realize that we are both interminably little and infinitely significant. Along with this move in viewpoint comes the increased otherworldly mindfulness. We gotten to be more adjusted to the subtle energies and rhythms of the world around us. We may find ourselves more touchy to the feelings and needs of others, or more open to the messages and direction of our instinct. This heightened mindfulness can be both a blessing and a challenge as we learn to navigate the expanded affectability and responsiveness that comes with it. Another significant alter that numerous chosen ones experience is a recharged sense of purpose and mission. The otherworldly experience often brings with it a clarity of vision, a knowing of what we are implied to do and be in this world. This reason may be grand and far-reaching, or it may be as straightforward and significant as living our truth with keenness and sympathy. Anything form it takes, this sense of reason gets to be a directing light, a North Star that makes a difference us explore the challenges and choices of our lives. Of course, integrating these transformations into our everyday lives is not continuously easy. We may discover ourselves struggling to accommodate our modern understanding with the requests and desires of the world around us. We may face resistance or misunderstanding from cherished ones who don't fully get a handle on the profundity of our change. We may grapple with the practical challenges of adjusting our lives with our newly discovered truth, whether which means making changes in our careers, our relationships, or our lifestyle. This is where the genuine work of change starts, within the daily practice of living our truth, even in the confront of challenges and obstacles. It requires a commitment to ongoing growth and self-reflection, an eagerness to keep peeling back the layers of conditioning and impediment that obscure our true nature. It implies developing resilience and self-compassion, learning to be gentle with ourselves as we navigate the ups and downs of the travel. Yet for all its challenges, the change that takes after the uncommon otherworldly encounter is eventually a gift of limitless value. It is unwelcome to step into the completion of who we are, to grasp our unique gifts and purpose, and to live a life of authenticity, meaning, and benefit. It is a reminder that we are not alone on this way, that there are others who have strolled it before us, and others who will follow in our footsteps. As we move forward from the otherworldly encounter, we carry with us the wisdom and insights of the travel. We gotten to be reference points of light and hope for others, living proof of the transformative control of the soul. In the next section, we'll investigate how we will interface with others who have had similar encounters, finding comfort and support in the shared understanding of the chosen one's way. The connection finding comfort in shared understanding. As we've seen, the change that follows the uncommon otherworldly experience of the chosen ones is a profound and life-altering travel. However, for all its excellence and significance, it can too be a path that feels segregating at times. When we've experienced such a profound move in point of view and understanding, it can be challenging to relate to those who haven't had comparable encounters. We may feel like we're talking a distinctive dialect or living in a different reality, typically where the power of connection comes in. When we find others who have strolled the same way, who have experienced their own uncommon otherworldly arousals, we discover a sense of solace in having a place that is hard to discover somewhere else. We realize that we are not alone in our experiences, that there are others who get at the profundity and complexity of the journey we've attempted. Interfacing with other chosen ones can take many forms. It could be through a otherworldly community or gather where we can share our stories and insights and learn from the intelligence of others. It might be through one-on-one relationships with tutors or companions who have had similar experiences, who can offer guidance and back as we navigate the challenges of integration. It might indeed be through perusing the stories and lessons of those who have gone some time recently us, finding reverberation and motivation in their words. Anything shape it takes, this association is an imperative portion of the Chosen One's journey. It reminds us that we are portion of a bigger embroidered artwork, a community of souls who are all working towards a comparable objective of growth, healing, and awakening. It helps us to feel less alone in our struggles and to find encouragement and inspiration when the path feels soak and rocky. Additionally, interfacing with other chosen ones can offer assistance us to deepen and expand our understanding of the spiritual experience. By hearing the stories and experiences of others, we gain new perspectives and experiences into our possessed travel. We may discover new practices or teachings that resound with us, or discover approval and affirmation in the experiences of others. It's important to keep in mind, however, that whereas the association with other chosen ones is powerful and valuable, it isn't a substitute for our own inner work and direction. Eventually, the journey of the chosen one may be a profoundly personal and individual one, and we must each find our possessed way of integrating and exemplifying the lessons and experiences of the otherworldly experience. However, having the support and understanding of others who have strolled the way can make all the difference within the world. It can grant us the mettle and quality to keep going when we feel like giving up, and the motivation to keep growing and evolving, even when the journey feels long and arduous. So, to all the chosen ones out there who may be feeling alone or disconnected in their experiences, know simply are not alone. There are others who have strolled this way. Sometime recently you, and others who will take after in your strides. Look for out the associations and communities that resonate with you, and believe that the universe will guide you to the people and resources that you need. And remember, indeed within the minutes when you feel most alone, you are always connected to the more noteworthy web of life, to the source of all that is. Your rare spiritual experience is a gift and a calling, a reminder of your genuine nature and your place in the fantastic unfolding of the universe. Trust in the journey and know that you are precisely where you would like to be. We've investigated the significant and transformative travel of the rare otherworldly encounter that only chosen ones really get it. We've dove into the nature of this encounter, the catalysts that set it in movement, and the stages of change that we undergo as we navigate this path. We've moreover discussed the challenges and rewards of integrating this awakening into our day-by-day lives and the significance of finding connection and bolster with others who have walked the same path. As we come to the conclusion of this exploration, I need to take off you with a basic but powerful message. Trust in the travel. Your uncommon otherworldly encounter isn't a mistake or a fluke, but a sacrosanct calling, a summons from the depths of your soul to awaken to your genuine nature and reason. It may not continuously be simple, and there may be times when you feel lost or alone, but know simply are exactly where you ought to be, and that the universe is contriving to support and direct you every step of the way. In case this video has resonated with you, in case it has touched something profound inside your soul, then I welcome you to require a minute to connect with this community of chosen ones. Hit the like button on the off chance that you felt the control and truth of this message, and subscribe to this channel in case you need to remain associated to the wisdom and insight of this journey. And if you feel called, if it's not too much trouble, share your claim experiences and reflections in the comments below. Your story, your voice is the imperative portion of this tapestry, and it may just be the start that lights the way for another chosen one who is battling to discover their way. Remember, you are not alone, and your travel is not in vain. You are part of a more prominent unfurling, an infinite move of awakening and transformation. Trust in the process, trust in yourself, and know that you are cherished and upheld each step of the way. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and may your way be filled with light, love, and the unshakable knowing of your own divine nature.